Hey everybody, welcome back to PlumFiggy Plans. This is Tammy. Alright, so today is going to be setting up my September spreads for my trackers, my calendar, and my intro for September in my daily journal. So let me quickly walk you through kind of what my thinking process is going to be on this. So first of all, let me get to the page. I am in purple pages right now. I'm using this Neapolitan pastel journal notebook that was an Amy Tangerine collaboration with Archer and Olive, and I'm really loving these purple pages. I don't know if you guys got the subscription kit from the summer of 2025 with the whole journal that's purple pages, and I did, and I thought, am I really gonna want to use this for an entire journal? I don't know, but I'll be honest, I've really been enjoying working in this. Actually, let me just show you. Okay, so this was the first page. I was testing out these stamps. I was using, well, I didn't prep them. This is one that I have used before. These were first stamps. I did not prep them. I need to condition them, or I needed to, which I've done. And even then, they just don't really like this legacy ink, or actually the VersaFine, what is this? Pigment ink for fine details. So, and this is in Onyx Black. I think that I did this one with this. It's hard to tell. But so anyway, I conditioned them. These are from Recollections, which is Michael's brand, and started trying it with this dye ink pad by Ranger instead. This is a darker gray color, and it's like night and day. So actually here, let me show you the difference. So this is the gray dye ink, and literally, and this is both of these were after conditioning them, and then this is the Archer and Olive Legacy ink, and you can kind of see it's just, I don't know, maybe you can't see it, but it's kind of pulling up just a little bit, and with the dye ink it's not. So I guess I'm just gonna have to remember for these particular stamps, they should just be using the dye ink instead of other inks, which is unfortunate. Anyway, so yeah. So I just turned this page into a tester page, and then I threw some washi tape on there. Did some collaging on these days, and this was yesterday. And then, yeah, haven't done anything yet for today, which is Saturday, and then obviously tomorrow is the last day of the month. So this will be our calendar page. So yeah, here are the two stamp sets I think I'll use for my setup. I really love the sketchy kind of floral pattern or design. And then I will be using color pencils to color them in. I'm going to be using the Amazon Basics set. It's a 72 count set. I'm not going to pull the entire set out because I don't even have them in the original packaging anyway. But I did a little bit of testing on a page using the gray ink, and actually I really like that gray on this lavender colored paper, and I'm loving how this is looking. I was just testing some different colors. Thought maybe a bluish purple color would work well, and that didn't work well at all. I really love the white pencil, which do you ever get to use a white pencil? No, but guess what? I'm using it for this this stuff. So we're gonna have fun and do some coloring of these stamps. And then the other, and I do have these also are from Recollections. Let me see, I've got the packaging here. Doesn't have anything special about them. Here's the barcode if that's something you want to look up. but I may or may not use these. We'll see. If I do, it might be this one here or like these leaves, but I don't know. And I actually do really like this, so I might use one or two of those here and there, just kind of depending. I pulled these out. This is some stickers that I have from AliExpress that I got just recently. They're a little bit more pink and spring looking, obviously. It says Spring Breeze has a letter. That doesn't make any sense. So I love it. These Chinese, some of them are good. Some of them are really strange. Some of them make zero sense. But I thought maybe doing some collaging with some of these stickers might be kind of fun to add, or like to use as a background for a header or something. So we'll see about that. Whoops. And other than that, I have already kind of mapped out what I'm going to do for my tracker pages and stuff. I've already stamped out another thing that I just got. These are from Temu, actually, and I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of Temu. They are owned by a different company than AliExpress. I don't know. I've had bad experiences with Temu, more so than AliExpress. But if you're interested, this is what this looks like. And I got it because I like this font. It's simple. It's not a typewriter font. It's not a weird italic or cursive font. There was one thing. Thankfully, the stamp itself is fine, but this one was a second J that was put on top of this, but the actual stamp is fine. It's an L, thankfully, so I just took a Sharpie and tried to make that look like an L. As far as how the stamps are positioned on the blocks, really I didn't have any issues except for with the T. This one, and this is just, buyer beware, but you can see it's just slightly off center. Well, hopefully you can see that. And so sometimes, yeah, and you can see it here, it was a little farther away than I wanted it to be. So then I'm trying to figure out how to position it so that it'll be in line with everything else. But I used this is a paper bag. It's a scrap that I've got in my front of my pocket here, just for using for collaging. It's just a little paper bag, and it's white, so I thought it was good for this. So I've stamped this out, and then for my monthly review, I've already stamped out the headers for that page as well. So that'll be done already. Oh, and the last thing is these. So this is from, where is this from? This is from Hobby Lobby, the paper studio. I just recently got these. They were only 49 cents. So I'm going to use this for my September, spelling out September here. I'm going to do my intro and calendar page all in the same spread. That is something I don't really write on my calendar page. And here, let me show you the calendar page from August. It's not even, I haven't written anything. I do that for my actual planner, my everyday carry planner. And sometimes I'll have something to write, maybe as like a remembering of a certain day or whatever, days. But I really don't write in the calendar. So I decided for this month, I'm not going to bother making squares. I'm just going to do a simple calendar and then leave some space for myself to write at the bottom. So yeah, so that'll be different. And then the only other difference really is I decided to combine my moods, my sleep, my eating and health, well, you can see it better here, all on one spread. My sleep tracker, well, let me show you August again. It's not great. I haven't been keeping up with it. I did some some in the middle of the month. I might come back to this at some point, but I'm not. It's not being used. I've done more exercise and strength and stretching. I just haven't been tracking it, and I was doing really good with my eating tracker. And just this last month, I don't know, I just kind of really fell off. Even my moods, I was doing okay. And then in the last 2 weeks, I've just kind of fallen off. I didn't do a dang thing with my games tracker. And if you want to see what, my July looks like. So I was doing better with my mood tracker. But even the games, like literally since July 13th was the last time I even tracked any of the games. So I'm not even going to bother setting that up for this month. So, but I guess since we're here, just do a quick little flip of kind of what August ended up looking like. I did a lot of journaling, and I'm finding that the page per day is working fine. These are watercolor papers, but I ended up just journaling. I got my first order. This is not Monday. The date was right. No, this is Monday. The date I had wrong. It's the 11th. I don't know. You don't care about that. I got my first Yoseka order, and I had ordered an olive traveler's notebook, standard size, along with some other things. I got some washi tape and things like that. So I just decided to make a little spread. I made a little pocket here with this. The writing that I couldn't read in Japanese, I just hid that and turned that into a little pocket, and I just decided to stick the little sticker that they gave me in there, and so then I'll keep it like that. So that was kind of a fun little page, and yeah, this is the bag that it was all packaged in, and so I just tore that up, made another little pocket down here, and kind of did a little thing with that. And then this is the little personal note that they sent me, which was a really cool touch. I really like that. This I haven't done anything with, but this was also in my Temu order. It's just, I'm sure, really cheap watercolor set. It's kind of metallic, so I thought I would just swatch those out and, I don't know, do something with that. But I have yet to do that. Do some casino related things because we went to the casino that weekend and did very well. And so, yeah, lots of winning. Won't be using this pen again. I just thought I would try it and didn't like it. And then again, this is another spread of watercolor paper that I guess I fell off on my journaling just a bit. I basically didn't journal for a week, and so rather than wasting the papers, I just decided to pick up where I left off and start September a little bit earlier. But yeah, so we've kind of seen these already, just some collaging in the last week, and here we are now. So, all right, I don't really know exactly, I have an idea of what I want to do, but this is going to be a little bit of a thinking in progress kind of a situation, but at least for this page, and then, yeah, we'll just see how it goes. But hope you enjoy today's setup, and I will put you on fast forward now. Okay. All right, guys. So first off, I'm going to start with this Everyday Kit Club from Archer and Olive. It's the Antique Floral. This was from 2025. If you're watching this video in the future, for us, for right now. And all I'm going to use from this one is the number stickers for the calendar. So I'm going to go ahead and use that paper bag. And I apologize. I went through that really fast. You didn't see any of it, but I just basically created my calendar using those stickers and a little stamp set that I have for the days of the week. And so now I am stamping out my flowers on the left side page. And unfortunately, I noticed this after the fact. I had intended to use, there's 3 different flowers there with the longer stem. I had intended to use one of each of those. And for some reason, I don't know, I was just going too fast and wasn't thinking. And I used one of them twice. And it looks fine. I'm not going to worry about it, but I did want to have 3 different ones there originally, but hey, it is what it is. So you move on and yeah, don't worry about that. But just added a few of those leafy vine ones on the right side. And now I'm going to do my September. So I realized that it's probably not wide enough to fit all of September, since that's one of the longer names of the, a longer name of a month for the year. So I decided to, since there's 9 letters in that word, I could do 3 rows of 3. So I just broke it up into 3 rows and just really trying to center that as well as I could, both vertically and horizontally. And those stickers were very sticky. I think they must have been sitting for quite a while, and that M was all kinds of wonky, but I think I managed it in the end pretty good. So one thing you may not be able to see very well on these stickers is they do have some little rhinestones on them. So I did worry about that a little bit as far as, you know, when I wanted to write on the next pages, if it was going to be too bumpy or be kind of annoying to write on top of. And thankfully it wasn't too bad. You know, you can always use a writing board, which I have some. I just don't have them handy because I never tend to use them. But I know a lot of people really like them and use them all the time. But yeah, so that's kind of how that ended up. And so now I'm just trying to think of what I could use for my note section on the right hand side. Again, I just don't have a lot of options as far as those stickers because it is just 26 letters. So I've already used 3 E's and I don't have much left over to work with. So decided to use that hello stamp and just go with that. It is a little unorthodox. I wish I had better handwriting. That is not something that I have really practiced much at all. It's something I do want to kind of learn though and be better at, but I guess it just didn't happen this year. That was one reason why I wanted to start doing more bullet journaling, to be honest with you, is because I wanted to kind of have a place and way to use that. And because it's not like it's something you use every day necessarily. Honestly, a lot of us don't even write every day. If you're in a certain types of fields, if you're on the computer all day for work, you may not be writing unless you're writing notes in your planner or a journal for work or something. But yeah, so it's kind of a lost art, but it's something I really admire all of the YouTubers out there, or just anyone who can do that. Like even my mom, she has the most beautiful handwriting, and mine's not terrible. I don't mind mine, but it's definitely not something that I would look at and say, "Oh, that's pretty." So that is a skill that I would like to develop over time. And yeah, I haven't taken the time to practice it this year. I think just getting into doing this bullet journaling and setting these up every month and keeping up with the everyday journaling, that is one thing that I haven't really done ever consistently, especially not for going on 9 months now. And so I'm proud of myself for that alone. And so that's the habit that I still need to keep developing, because as you saw, I was starting to kind of let it slip a little bit in the summer. And maybe I don't know, maybe it's more of a seasonal thing where I tend to do it more often in certain seasons than in others because I've got other things going on. This is my first year doing this, so I think next year I'll have a better idea of how that's going to go for myself. But yeah, just trying to learn and grow and keep learning new things all the time. As you get older, you kind of stop learning school wise, but I think it's important for your whole life to kind of keep learning no matter what stage of life that you're in. Try and pick something up new. You can teach an old dog new tricks. And I'm not calling myself an old dog, but or anyone else an old dog, but as the saying goes. So anyway, so yeah, going back to some coloring, I've done adult coloring in the past. I actually have way more adult coloring books than I'll ever use. And adult coloring pencils, honestly, too. These were from Amazon. These are the Amazon branded pencils. I bought these probably in 2020 or 2021, back when I was doing a lot more of the adult coloring. I think they're decent. They were fairly cheap. I want to say around $25 at the time for this set of 72. One thing I don't like about them, and I don't know if you can even tell, is they're very thin. They're pretty thin. So the core of the pencil, you can see there maybe, is pretty thick for the wood that's around it. But to color with these for a long period of time, my hand would cramp up terribly if I tried to do that. So they're not my favorite pencil for long-term coloring, I suppose. I definitely have more others that I prefer better than that. But all right, so now it's time to set up my trackers. And I'm going to use this method rather than drawing the lines with a fine liner pen. I think that's kind of a fun look. And I've been seeing others doing this where they're doing kind of like a check or gingham look like I'm doing here on the side. And I thought I'd just go for that for this month and see how I liked it. This light gray pen, I forgot and I didn't look at the number of the pen close enough when it was flashing. But I really like it on this light purple lavender paper color. It works really well. It's not too dark and it's not too light. So it's a really good pen for marker for this paper. So I've got the outer borders all drawn in, and now I'm just trying to figure out where I want to place my headers for this. You may notice that I'm using different glues, different times for different things. So for these, I'm using glue stick because the wet glue that I use, the art glitter glue, normally, you would probably see the lines of glue behind this. It doesn't look like it's very thin paper, but it is kind of thin, somewhat see-through white paper. So just making sure that you don't see the glue behind it or anything. So I'm just using my glue stick for that. So it is kind of an important thing sometimes when you're using different types of papers and whatnot. If you do use a wet glue or a glue stick, which is my preference. I do sometimes use uh, tape run. Well, I don't ever use tape runners. I still have some, and they're good for certain things. But I found like they just don't last over time. The glue doesn't stay glued over time, and I feel like I've had better success using a glue stick, a good glue stick, or like art glitter glue is amazing, especially for paper. So yeah, so all right, so I'm just trying to figure out now. I'm using that other stamp set, and for which little flowers I want to do kind of a bouquet kind of a look. This is, to be honest with you, not something I've done often, and so I'm kind of still learning. I probably should have masked off some of the leaf there so that some of it maybe didn't stamp, so that I could put another flower on top of it, but I didn't think that far ahead. I am struggling with those rhinestones on the stickers that I put on the other page. So that's why I've got that stamp set behind there, because it's kind of giving me some stability, and just that whole side of the book now, journal now, is kind of bumpy and lumpy from all the writing and everything I've been pasting in. So really I should start using a book board, or writing board is what I meant to say, from now on for the rest of the journal, because it's just kind of at that point. So yeah, so I think I've got about this month and then another month left that I can use this journal for, and then I'll be in a new one. So yeah, so I think I'm pretty okay with my placement. And I do really like, I think I said this earlier, but I do really like using that gray stamp color, the ink color, instead of black. It's really nice. It's not too harsh, and especially on this lavender paper, I think it really helps just, not make it stand out quite so much, I guess is what I'm trying to say. So for these flowers, I decided to do a little bit more of a pinkish tone, pinkish and some purple, and then some pinkish red tones, which this, well, maybe more of a reddish purple is kind of what this pencil is. So the way that I like to color, and I do it different ways, it's not always the same. And I know there's different schools of thought, but some people would say start with your lightest color and do a light, just overall general, color it in lightly with your lightest color, then go in with your darkest color and shade in where you want those darker highlights to show, and then come back with your lighter color on top of that to kind of blend it all. And I do that occasionally. But this time I decided to start with my darker color, and then I'm kind of going in with my lighter purplish pink color. And then I think I'll come back again with another pinkish color, if I'm remembering right, and kind of blend it all in that way. Because right now I wouldn't want to leave it the way it is right there. It's kind of splotchy looking, a little different. It's not quite natural looking. I'm going to go ahead and add more shadows, I guess, to my flower. Just trying to make it look as natural as possible. All right, so that page is all done. I'm really pleased with how it turned out. I don't know about you guys, but I always find it really relaxing to watch people doing the coloring, the adult coloring. Those are some fun videos to watch if you're ever into that. So I just kind of wanted to let you, I don't know, enjoy the quietness and relaxation of watching that. So it's definitely a fun craft if you're looking for something fun to try. And doing it in little bits like that with stamping is a really fun and easy, quick way to get a little bit of that into your bullet journals. So all right, moving on now to my monthly review. I want to get some of those flowers incorporated and do a little bit more of the coloring. You can see there on the accomplishments, I ran out of room on that paper, and so I had to stamp the S onto another sheet of paper, and so I'm obviously not going to leave it like that with a big old white blob of paper in the middle of the page. I'm going to trim that down so that it'll match and hopefully look like it was always meant to be that way and you didn't even notice maybe that I had made that little bit of a mistake. So, yep. So just trying to figure out where I want to put my little flowers and trying to use up some more of the flowers from that first stamp set that I didn't use on the original monthly overview page. And so I like that little bud there. And so I think that's what I want to do. I don't want to get overboard and do too much. That is something that I can do sometimes where I find that I go a little bit too far as my decorating, and maybe it would have been nicer if I just stopped at a certain point and left it. I don't know. Sometimes it feels like well, less is more, and that's always a good rule of thumb, right? But also sometimes it feels scary, not scary, but it doesn't feel right sometimes to have empty space. And really, you should. And that's something that I've noticed as I've looked back through this journal and others that I've done, the other that I did this year. And there were times when I thought, oh, well, that probably would have looked a little bit better if I hadn't done as much on that page as far as decorating. So, you need a place for your eye to rest. And that's something that I'm trying to remind myself of, especially in this one, especially because I guess of the nature of the design that I'm doing. It's supposed to be relaxing. And so I want to make sure and do that with my design as well, not just with the materials and things that I'm using. So, all right. So there we go. The accomplishments looks pretty good. It's a little doctored looking, but it's all right. In the end, I don't mind it one bit. So for the header, I decided to do monthly audit because honestly, that's what I had left to make a word with. Didn't have any more E's to use, had already used all those. So just went ahead and went with monthly audit, and that'll be fine. So, all right. So now it's time to do a little bit more coloring. Just trying to use some different colors of greens and trying to stay consistent with the same colors of purple that I used on the original first page for these because they are the same flowers. So I want to make sure and do that as well as I can. And yeah, so just trying to do that layering technique that I like, and then blending it all in with the lighter color to finish it all up. I hope you all enjoyed as I decorated my September setup in my bullet journal. And I hope you all have a wonderful September. I will see you all again next month when it comes to decorating for October, and I'm excited about that. So I hope you are too. All right, guys, bye.